What's going on, guys? My name's Sam with Wiki. This is episode 9 of Going Nuclear. Before I say anything else, I just wanted to mention that there is a couple super fast modes here in the beginning, and then I cut out a couple of boring parts throughout this gameplay just in an effort to make it more entertaining, because like a lot of domination games, when you are playing solo, this game lasted the entire 10 minutes, but of course I left all the good stuff in. So like I just mentioned, I'm playing some domination here on Magma, which is one of the 4 new maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that dropped with the Uprising DLC. I'll talk all about the new DLC maps later in this video, but I have a few other things that I wanted to cover first. So as you guys can see just to the right of this gameplay, I am rolling with the Type 25 with the primary gunfighter wildcard, which allows me to attach quick draw fast mags as well as suppressor. Then my perks are Blind Eye, Scavenger, Toughness, and Dexterity. This class is very similar to a couple other Going Nuclear videos, but the difference is the Blind Eye perk. So I kind of had to equip this because for whatever reason everyone is running the Hunter Killer drones right now in the Uprising playlist. As I'm recording this video, the maps have been out for only 2 days now, and for whatever reason everybody tries their butts off when the new maps are released. I think part of that has to do with the fact that, at least for the first day or the first couple of days when the new maps are released, the players that get the new maps right away are typically good players. So that makes everybody go into their tryhard mode. And I don't think I have ever had so many score streaks shot out of the sky before, which leads me to my score streak setup in this game. So I'm rocking the UAV, the VSAT, and the EMP. My thought process was pretty simple. If they are going to be shooting down my score streaks, I'll just use score streaks that they can't shoot down. So basically, I've been mixing and matching the UAV, the Lightning Strike, the VSAT, and the EMP, depending on the map and the game type and the lobby that I was in. Now, obviously, UAVs can be shot down, and probably will get shot down in the majority of the games in this Uprising DLC playlist right now. But even if they do try to take it down, at least you can get an idea of where your enemies are and maybe even get a couple of assists from it as well before it gets shot down. I'm not sure if they were shooting down my UAVs in this game, but with all that being said, I was really proud of this gameplay that I got in a playlist that right now is the best of Call of Duty players that are all trying their hardest as well. And on top of that, I was noticing that at least for the first day, the connection was really bad, just because there wasn't a ton of people with the new maps compared to how it usually is. But I think the connection will get better as more people are downloading the new DLC, and there's going to be more people in the playlist and more people that have these new maps, obviously. But I was pretty lucky in this game. First off, I was playing solo too, so that made it just that much harder. But like I said, I was pretty lucky because for once I got teammates that I want to say they knew what they were doing. I know that sounds crazy. That just sounds insane, having teammates that actually know what they're doing in a Call of Duty game. But my teammates, they were a good mix of good and bad, so that they were good enough to help get the victory, but at the same time they were bad enough so that I had plenty of time as well as plenty of enemies to kill myself. So one of my teammates actually did call in a VSAT as well, which was actually kind of funny in the game. About 20 seconds or so before we called it in, I said on the mic, if anybody has a VSAT right now, I will love you forever, because I was in the middle of 2 of my VSATs. One had just expired and I still had a few kills to get the next one. And he actually called in a VSAT and allowed me to work my way up to my 4th VSAT, which was pretty much smooth sailing for the last 10 kills or so because of those 2 VSATs. And speaking of VSATs, I actually called in 5 of them in this game, which made it a lot easier to stay alive, obviously. And thanks to the EMP, I was able to stack those VSATs fairly quickly. I wouldn't say that it is as fast as my stealth helicopter, VSAT, and escort drone setup, but it is definitely a good setup to go with. So like I promised at the beginning of this video, I want to talk about the 4 new maps in the Uprising DLC. So let's start off with Magma, since this gameplay is on Magma, of course. I think that with talking to all of my friends and other people in the lobbies of this Uprising playlist, I think Magma is the least favorite out of the 4. Personally, I like Magma. I actually like all 4 of the new maps. Usually there is one map that you can easily determine as the weak link out of the bunch, but this time around I feel as though all 4 maps are very solid maps. Let me know in the comments what your favorite and least favorite maps are. When I first saw the trailer, I thought, like most people, that this map was going to have some sort of lava flowing through it and maybe have a volcanic explosion or something like that halfway through the game. I thought that would be pretty cool, similar to, you know, the water that we see on Hydro or the cargo crates we see on Cargo. But that is not the case on this map, which is kind of unfortunate because I was kind of excited for some funny moments to happen with lava killing people and things like that. That's always entertaining. Moving on to what I believe will be the fan favorite map of this DLC, Studio. So Studio is a remake of Firing Range from the original Black Ops, and we know it is definitely a solid map, and it plays very smooth, very fast paced, which is always fun. But they changed up the look, and I thought they did a great job. It looks awesome. I actually got 2 different 27 gun streaks on that map so far, so I'm going to try to get a nuclear on that map as well. At first, when I was watching the trailer, then I actually jumped into the game for the first time, or that map for the first time, I thought that the T-Rex that is over by ADOM and the alien ship back behind the Codbo trailer were going to be interactive as well. I thought the T-Rex would maybe make a noise and like come down, act like it's going to bite you, and then when you walked by the alien ship, that it would follow you with this red laser beam thing. But unfortunately, that is not the case. I thought that would be really cool, giving you some sound and visual cues to kind of point out enemies, or maybe even try to distract enemies, confuse them a bit. And I thought that'd be like really cool in Search and Destroy. And in the gameplay right now, I am on a 29 gun streak. I kind of flank around here to pick up the nuclear. I actually get 6 more kills to get the 36 gun streak. I finished 36-0 in this gameplay. But let's move on to the final 2 maps in this DLC. So with Vertigo, I think it is a fun map and it looks cool. There's a lot of head glitches on that map, but we should really all be used to that by now in Black Ops 2. The B flag in Domination is right in the middle of this big kind of circle of death, and that creates a very interesting dynamic. As well, there is a lot of fun flank routes. There's some routes where you can actually jump from platform to platform, and that is very fun because, of course, if you don't make that jump, you're going to be falling to your death because this map is on top of this big kind of skyscraper. So that makes it really fun to jump and clear those gaps as you're flanking around behind the enemies. Finally, last but not least, we have the map Encore, which I thought was going to be my least favorite map, and it looked as though it was not going to play well at all, but it turns out that it is a lot bigger than what they showed off in the trailer, and it is actually a very fun map to play on. The one gripe I do have with Encore, however, is the spawns. Sometimes these spawns on Encore can be tricky, but other than that, it has been a very fun map, and I think maybe Encore might be my favorite out of the 4, but it's really hard to say right now. That is the end of this gameplay. Like I mentioned, 36-0. Make sure you check out my channel in the description if you enjoyed, and blow up that like button. Thanks for watching, guys. Roll out.